Today's video is brought to you by B-Bang, suppliers of quality optical products. Broaden your horizons and expand your interest. Good morning guys from Southend-on-Sea, and I am here to ride the Southend Pier Railway that runs along there, the longest pleasure pier in the world. Now the train's just been making its way to the far end of the pier. I know that because I'm using this fantastic pair of binoculars that have been supplied to me by B-Bang. Now these binoculars have a 10 times magnification with a 42mm diameter objective lens. They're waterproof, durable and lightweight with a field of view of 1,000 yards. We have an eyepiece adjustment here and also a focal adjustment there right in the middle. And of course they come with their own protective bag and protective dust caps at either end. How good are these binoculars? I think they're fantastic. Don't just take my word for it. Have a look on Amazon. They have got a 4.5 out of 5 rating out of 2,500 user reviews. And that's pretty good, isn't it? Now then guys, if you want to get your hands on a pair of these fantastic binoculars, all you got to do is click on the link in the description below and enter my exclusive promo code, and there you go. Easy as that. And I hope you'll enjoy them as much as I do. Right, well, looking through these, and there does seem to be quite a bit of stuff to do at the end of the pier, so yeah, come with me and we're going to get on the train, pay the money and see what it's like. I'll catch you on the pier. The seafront is only a 5-minute walk away from Southend Central Railway Station. Well, I've never been to Southend-on-Sea before, but yeah, first impressions were quite nice and tidy really. You've got Adventure Island here, which looks like a small amusement park where you can also get fish and chips, and over the road on the left you have a lift which saves you walking up the steps back into the centre. Nice car. Right, now then, it looks like what I've got to do is head straight ahead, yes, head straight ahead to that place there where it says welcome to Southend Pier and Railway. It's got to be that, hasn't it? So and then I guess it's I'll catch the next train heading over there. So let's go in and pay the money and see where it takes us. Probably to the end of the pier, to be honest. But yeah, okay. So I'm going to find out how much it costs, and I think this is going to tell us on the side here. Admission price is train return, adult £6.20, which is the easier option. I can concur with that. You're walking ride £5.70, it's like saving 50p. Well, if you're feeling fit, I wish you all the best. But yeah, let's go inside and see how we go from there. Yeah, so I don't know what I was expecting, but it was really nice inside. This was the main pier entrance, I guess you could call it, where you purchase tickets for the train or anything else pier related. A nice friendly chap at the ticket booth who provided information on the next train and where to wait for it. Hello. Hi there. Can I have a return ticket on the train, please, to the end of the
next train not till 12:30. You've got a 25-minute away. Is that okay?
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, whenever. It's fine, isn't it?
The one that's owed at £6.20.
Okay, thank you very much. Card, please.
There you go. That's your train ticket. Lovely. There.
Thank you.
There's 2 receipts there. It takes it beyond you, so it doesn't leave for 25 minutes.
That's cool. Yeah, just hang around here then and wait for it. Brilliant. Cheers, mate. Inside the main entrance we have a good modern space with some history of the pier and railway on the walls, and also a museum, although that was closed at the time of my visit. Well, the train pulled into the twin-track island platform shore station terminus on time, and we made our way towards it. Named after Sir David Amis, the local MP who was tragically murdered back in 2021. It was the first battery electric train to run on the pier. Now, I was able to find a seat right at the rear of the train, which would give me some great views looking back at the pier as we made our way along it. And as we leave the station, notice we pass the second battery electric train named William Bradley. Now, he was the pierhead lightkeeper from 1871 to 1891, and he lived in a house at the head of the pier, receiving £1 a week to keep the navigation light burning at night by lowering it into his house as an aid to mariners out on the estuary. We initially run underneath the pier structure but soon emerge into the open air. There's some great views of the mudflats here, and quite shallow sloping out towards the water, isn't it? The water's never that deep and it recedes over a mile at low tide, which I guess is why they needed to build such a long pier in the first place. Now, a question for you here: when does the sea become an estuary, and when does an estuary become a river? If you know, please let me know in the comments below. In 1830, a 600-foot wooden pier was opened, but was, as you can imagine, rather short. So in 1833 it was trebled in length to 1,800 feet. By 1848 it had been extended even further to 7,000 feet and was at that time the longest pier in Europe. Replaced by an iron pier in 1889, it was only a year later that an electric railway was first installed, and the first one in the country at that point. And extended again in 1897, it then became the longest pleasure pier in the world at 7,080 feet, 1.3 miles. And by 1931, 4 trains were running on a double-track line, and these units were replaced with brand new rolling stock in 1949. Now, following a couple of fires in 1976 and 1978, the railway was deemed unsafe and had to close, though I'm not sure how much of this was related to the fires or just the cost of running it, to be honest. Anyway, in 1983, a grant enabled much of the pier and railway to be rebuilt, and it reopened with new diesel trains in 1986. And then in 1995 another fire damaged some of the track, and in 2005 yet another fire at the old pierhead this time destroyed the station building. So another station was opened in 2009, and the introduction of modern electric battery trains like the one I'm travelling in today brings us right up to date. It's single track nowadays though, with a passing loop about halfway down the pier. Track gauge is 3 feet with an operating speed of 18 miles per hour along its 6,138 foot length. The frequency of the trains is every 15 or 30 minutes in high-low season respectively. We're just coming into the pierhead station now. Notice here we've got a battery-powered single-passenger car number 1835, which is used in the winter apparently. Behind it is Sir William Haygate, the remaining diesel locomotive, built in 1986 and still in service. And his brother, I guess you could call him, Sir John Betjeman, has been decommissioned, with the carriage bodies being used as shelters on the platform here, all dotted around the pier in various locations. And the locomotive itself, it looks a bit sad really, stuck out here in all weathers, just at the end of the platform. Oh, right guys, at the other end of Southend Pier. It's a bit windier out here. But it was good, that was. I really enjoyed it. You can see here there are some of the older trains that must run up and down. I guess when it's in peak season, when it's busier, then a lot more people want to use it, and the frequencies are a lot higher as well. Anyway, I don't know what there is to see, but I'm going to try and see it. And so come with me. We'll nip over to the end of the pier, I think, and see what's going on over there. I'll catch you in a bit. Yeah, well, initially there wasn't much going on at all. A few sheds dotted about here, which I guess must be various retail stalls in the summer. Don't forget, this was the middle of winter, so I was grateful the pier was open at all, really. I certainly wasn't expecting circus clowns and street entertainers. I love the way they've used these old train carriages as sort of shelters, and I guess they put anything in them they can find, really keep it nice and dry. Let's go and have a look. There's a lifeboat station right at the end. That's worth a look, isn't it? Okay, so the most striking building on the pier must be this very modern looking design, which is actually the new pier pavilion, and it was lowered into place in 2012. With a capacity of 185 people, it's used as a theatre and for art exhibitions apparently. Well, I don't know about you, but yeah, I'm always a bit nervous about walking over wooden boards like this, especially when you can see through the gaps to the sea below. Yay, made it. 7,080 feet, covered mainly by train, but we made it. So once upon a time, I guess this would have been where the ship stocked, but has long since fallen into disrepair. I'm assuming no ships do that anymore, but yeah, if you know different, then please let me know. And at this point, the pier actually kind of juts out to the east, and it's right at the end of this section that we find the RNLI lifeboat station, which houses an Atlantic 75 class lifeboat and a smaller D-class lifeboat, which are both launched over the side of the pier straight into the water. And to get to the lifeboats, the crew has to drive this electric buggy along the pier, complete with its blue flashing lights, so that must be some sight. Inside you have a shop and a viewing gallery and various bits of information on the lifeboat station itself. Above the lifeboat station you have what is called the sun deck, accessed via these steps. Okay, the sun started to disappear behind the clouds a bit now, but yeah, this is by far the best part of the pier if you want to get your binoculars out and watch the shipping going up and down the water, and maybe spot some seals or bird life on the water, or just look back towards the shore. Oh, and also there's a massive bell here right at the end which you can strike to your heart's content, and most people, including myself, did just that. Probably alerted the lifeboat now. Anyway, like I said, the weather had started to turn a bit cloudy now, and it was pretty cold out here at the end of the pier. So it was time to start heading back. I made my way from the sun deck towards the pier head station to meet the next train coming down the track. It did eventually grind to a halt, and I was back on board with a carriage all to myself this time, and ready for some more fantastic views from the pier. Enjoy the scenery with me, and I'll see you again when we're back on land. Cheers, mate. Thank you very much. Interesting. Tickets were only ever inspected and collected as we disembarked the train on the return leg. Well, I made my way out of the station and found a suitable spot overlooking the pier to just quickly summarise the journey. Oh, right then guys, yeah, the Southend Pier Railway. Just been to the end of the pier and back, and yeah, I'll tell you what, it was really enjoyable, well worth the money in my opinion, and when you get to the end, there are some fantastic views, made all the better thanks to my new pair of Bibang binoculars. And don't forget guys, if you want to get your hands on a pair, then head on down to the description and the link that is contained within. Click on that, enter my exclusive promo code, and you will get some money off your purchase. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I know I did, and yeah, I'll catch you on another adventure soon, I'm sure. As always guys, cheers for now.